Hey everybody, I just wanted to welcome you to your official Wildcats Language Arts course. I am Mrs. Packard and I am blessed enough to be your ELA teacher throughout the course of this year. I really want to encourage you during this time to reach out and be in contact with me via email or anything that you need because I really want to make sure that you feel good about what we're doing. I'm definitely going to be asking you to be creative and to think outside the box. And we're definitely going to be doing things that challenge our thinking. But I really want you to have fun when we're doing it. And my goal is never to cause you stress. And so before we do anything else and get you started on anything else that's happening in this course, I just really want you to know that I care about you. And I really want you to know that your stress levels matter to me and that having a good experience in ELA matters to me and that I'm really excited to get to know you, but until I feel like I do, I really just want you to have a chance to get to know me and know that those things matter and know that I really want to work with you and make this a good experience and make this a good year. So before I get going much further, I just thought I would tell you a little bit about me. So I have been a teacher at Lakeview Middle School for 12 years. But before that, I actually was a student in Park Hill. And so I actually was a student at Lakeview a really long time ago. And so this is definitely a place that I consider a little bit of a home away from home. My husband also works in this building. And spoiler alert, his name is also Ashley Packard. So when you are trying to communicate with me, it's going to be really important that you find Ashley Elizabeth Packard. That's me. Mr. Ashley Packard is a science teacher on the eighth grade Titans team. And so that's definitely not who you want to be in contact with. He definitely doesn't know anything about language arts, especially in the seventh grade. And so you just want to make sure that you're in contact with me. So that's a little bit about me. We'll learn a lot more about each other as things go forward, but I just wanted you to have those little tips and tidbits. So what I want to do now for you is I really want to show you how to function and work inside the Schoology course. And so I'm sure that you've seen a lot of these things from a lot of different teachers, but in case this is the first video that you're watching, or in case I say something that's a little bit different than other people have said it, I would really encourage you to pay attention and listen to the things that I'm saying and watch kind of what I'm doing, because hopefully that's going to be something that really makes you feel good and helps build your confidence working inside of a Schoology course. So for those of you who've used Schoology before, you'll notice that there are several things that are important for you. First, in the upper left-hand corner is that Park Hill School District icon. That's your home button. Every time you click that button, it's going to take you to a page that looks like this, only it's going to be specific to you. This is your announcement feed, and it'll have recent activities. Some people also call them updates. But either way, it's just a running feed of announcements from different courses, from different classes. So for instance, you'll notice that I've posted a welcome message. It's there 3 times because I've got 3 different courses that I'm posting it in. And then you'll also notice that we've posted something to our Lakeview Wildcats. Oh gosh, it's there a bunch of times. We posted something to our Lakeview Wildcats Interdisciplinary Hub. And so it's good practice to scroll through those and make sure that you're up to date on any announcements that have been posted. Up at the top, you'll see courses and groups. I have a few extra things on my end just because I'm a teacher. And so most of the time we are going to be operating in courses. Okay. And we'll get to that in a second. And then the last thing that I wanted to point out is over here in upcoming. Obviously, there's nothing there yet because I'm recording this before the school year is beginning, and there are no assignments that have been posted and with due dates and all those kinds of things. However, once those start getting posted, you will have a running to-do list that pops up over on that side of the screen. And once you have submitted things and those due dates have passed, then they will go away off of that checklist. If there are things that have been assigned that you have not submitted, it will stay there permanently until those things get submitted. So it's a really good practice to kind of keep on top of that. That's not the first place you should check, but it's a good thing to know about. Last but not least, we've got some things up here in the corner. There's a little messaging icon. You are welcome to message me through that little icon, which is messaging back and forth through Schoology, or you're welcome to email me. I've posted my office hours, and we'll talk through that here in just a second. But that'll be a really important place for you to check often, or to check if that's a better way for you to communicate than through our district email. Then you also have your notifications up here. It really is important that you check those as well, because every time that something is graded, when a teacher leaves you feedback, all sorts of different things are going to happen. It will notify you there. It will not always be a notification that comes to your email. Some of you may have it set up that way, but you really want to check your notifications here so that you stay on top of things. Let's dive into our ELA course. So when I go to my courses, just so you know, we have, and obviously I've got a lot of courses here that are just for me, but we do have a Wildcats Interdisciplinary Hub. All of you should have been able to get in there and kind of look around in that particular course on our first 2 days of school. So hopefully that's there for you. And then you should have some tutorial course, a life ed course, and then you're going to see all your different courses: social studies, math, science. For me, I'm going to focus on our writing course today, but a quick pro tip before I move you forward is that if you go into this My Courses button up here, you can actually reorder your courses, and you just kind of drag them around, and that's all you need to do. But you can put your courses in the order that you want to check them. There's no save button or anything when you're done reordering them. You just will exit out. You're going to hit that home button again, which should take you back to that main page that we talked about before, where all those announcements are. And then when you go to courses, things will be updated. So like I said, let's check out ELA writing. So in your writing course, which in Schoology is called Language Arts, both are fine. You will notice that I have a welcome introduction for you up here. There's also going to be an announcements slide that is there. While you are here, it's a really good idea to fill out your planner, whether that's a digital planner or a physical planner. This is going to give you what our assignments are for a specific period of time. Most of the time, our weeks are actually going to start on Wednesdays. So your virtual day will kind of be like the first day of the week, and then Thursday and Friday, which are silver days, those will be the next days of the week, and then Monday, Tuesday would be the last days of the week. And so that's typically what you'll see for these first few days, because we are starting on a 4-day week where there isn't one of those virtual Wednesdays. You'll notice that it is September 8th through the 15th. The only difference between what some of you who are my hybrid students will see and some of you who are my online only students will see is that over here on the side where I have different tasks that are listed for you, you'll see that some need to be done virtually. That means if it says done virtually, that means you're either an online only student, and all of them will say something to that effect. They may also be numbered to let you know what order to go in, or that means that you're a hybrid student and you would do those things on your time where you have a virtual day, not a physical in-school day. For my hybrid students, you also will see things that say done in class, and it'll be important for you to know that a lot of times the things that say done in class won't be published until after we've had those class days. So even if you're absent, I'm still going to make sure that you have access to that material. But since we're going to be focusing on it in class, it won't be published until you're here with me. Okay? Or if you're absent and you need it later, I will be publishing it then. Okay? So that's kind of how this works. I do have an announcement section over here if there are important things that you need to know. I also have my office hours posted here, so that'll always stay at the top of your course so that you know everything that's going on. And then I have my email here because, again, I want to make sure that you are emailing the right person. And I want to make sure that I am in contact with you. Okay? One of the things that you'll notice in the middle here is I have a big note for you. And essentially what that note says is that when you are at home, okay, and you are doing a virtual day of school, it does not matter to me what you do when. So even though we're having purple days at school, that doesn't mean you have to always check purple days at home. Now, is that good practice? Yes. Are those days where I'm probably going to be able to be in contact with you? Yes. However, it doesn't truly matter how you organize your day. What matters is that they're organized, okay? And it doesn't matter if you do science and social studies first, and then language arts, and then math. You need to really think about how to craft those at-home days that are in your best interests, that are going to make sure that you have access to the teachers that you need to have access to. And the best way to plan that is to focus on office hours. So that being said, anything that you see below this note can be done in any order that you need it done in, as long as it says done virtually, because those are the things that need to be done at home on your virtual days. For my online only students, if it says done virtually and done virtually, it'll list them in the order I want you to complete them. But again, for the majority of the time, you're going to have from Wednesday to the following Tuesday in order to complete your work. And whether that happens on purple days or silver days is not what's important to me. What's important to me is that I have a chance to see your work and interact with your writing and interact with you. And so I just want to make sure to encourage you to do a quality job and to do the work, but to do it in an environment and at a pace that makes sense for you when you're doing things virtually. If you ever need to go back and see what we've done in previous weeks, you'll be able to advance the slides forward, and that'll show you things that have been done before. If you go to the next slide, you'll notice that I have kind of a just welcome to my class. That's just to help make sure that you know that everything past that slide is old. It's previous. And so ideally you would know that because you'd be able to check those dates at the top. But if not, I put that in there just in case. So what you'll notice is when you're looking at things like this, it's going to give you what we call a breadcrumb trail. So for instance, what you're supposed to be doing virtually is listed there. So for those first few days that are just for me, so for most of us, that is Thursday and Friday, September 10th and 11th, and then Monday and Tuesday, September 14th and 15th. Okay, so for those days, what you would do is you would go to our Schoology course, which is 7th grade language arts, and you would go to the Start Here online student orientation folder. And you are going to complete all items, and I'll put a number there for you, in the important course information folder. So then because I see that, I'm going to scroll down until I find that particular folder that I was told to look at. I'm going to click on the folder because it's really important that you open these folders. It's important that you see everything that we have in there, because if you only open the little folders one at a time, you won't always see everything that you need to see. So we know that we went to that online student orientation and we were looking for that important course information folder. So again, I'm going to click that and I'm going to open it. What you'll notice in here is that I have assignments and they are numbered. Okay, the first number always refers to the unit. So since this is just an orientation folder, there's no unit. So we're going to call that 0. When we get to unit 1, you will see things titled 1.1 or 1.2, which just means it's in unit 1. The next number that you see is the order that we need you to do that assignment in. So if it is 1.1, then it is done first in unit 1. If it says 6.5, it's done 5th in unit 6. Okay, so these are the first, this open unit that doesn't really have a number. And so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items that you need to take care of as part of your virtual work. Don't worry, they'll go quickly. So the first one is navigating in Schoology. So you would click on that and you'll notice here that it just says to read it. So there's nothing to do, there's nothing to submit. It's important that you read it. I know that it can be tempting sometimes to look at things like that and be like, oh my gosh, I'm totally not going to read that. I don't have time for that, or I don't want to do that, whatever it happens to be. But it's really important that you do it, because I promise that I respect your time and that I respect this process that you have going on at home that honestly right now I don't know a lot about because I haven't gotten a chance to know you. And so just know that anything that I am putting in this course and anything that I'm asking you to do, it's important and it's going to build or it's going to support you in some important way. And so I really would like for you to do it. So this one is asking you to just read. Won't take you very long. This one is asking you to watch. Actually, this is where you're going to see this particular video. Okay, so it's going to be embedded there and you're going to watch, and you're going to be, when you're all the way done with this video, you'll go back here, and if you skipped number 1, you'll do it, or you'll move on to number 3. Number 3 is telling you to read. So again, you're going to open that up. It's just a little bit about me, a little bit about our course. I really want to make sure that you read all that information. The next thing is our course syllabus. So in that course syllabus, you're going to find more detail about our course. It's going to be really specific about assignments, about grading policies, about what units we're doing, all of those kinds of things. And so it's really, again, important that you do actually read all of it, even though I know it's a lot of reading on day one. I promise that it's going to be worth your time, and it's going to be really important that you know everything that I'm expecting from you, and so that you know what you can expect from me. The next thing that you're going to take care of is you are going to take care of turning in your blog link. So you'll notice that it's asking for your first and last name, and then you'll notice that it's asking you if you used Blogger in 6th grade. Okay? 6th grade teachers taught students how to use their blogs. We are going to use those same blogs that you created in 6th grade, and we're going to build on that in 7th grade. Okay, so I know what some of you are thinking. Some of you are thinking like, OMG, I wasn't here. I have no idea what she's talking about. If that's the case, that's okay. And you'll just select no. And when I see you in class, or when we have our first virtual class, then we're going to get you taken care of. So it's okay. But if you have your blog and you are here in 6th grade, which means you should have one, you should be able to go to blogger.com. You should be able to log in with Google with your Park Hill credentials, and your blog should show up there. Okay. So it's going to ask you to turn that in. You're going to follow the prompts as you move through that Google form. The very last thing that you're going to do for me for this class period is you're going to do the 6th thing that's here. So that's talking about sending an email to me. Okay. I really want to make sure that your email is working appropriately. I really want to make sure that I can see how you format your email so that I know places where I need to coach and help support you. I also would like to see a first sample of your writing. And so that's really kind of all the different things that are going on here. Plus, it really matters to me how you're doing right now. It matters to me. I want to know your state of mind. I want to know how you're feeling emotionally. I want to know the things that are causing you stress or making you worry, or the things that are going really awesome right now. Okay. Because I care about you, and I would love as many ways as possible to be able to get to know you better. And so what you're going to do in this email is you're going to make sure you email me. Remember, my husband works in this building and works in Park Hill. His name's Ashley. So when you email me, you have got to email Packard AE. Okay, that's me. Packard A, that's my husband. AE, me. Okay. You're going to make sure that it has a subject line like hello from Patsy, if that's what your name is. You're going to tell me how the first days of school went for you. Again, it doesn't matter if those were virtual or face-to-face or a mix of both. I really want to know how those went. I want you to tell me what you're most looking forward to this year or what you're most nervous about. Both things matter to me, so if you want to tell me both, fantastic. If there's one that's really on your mind, then go ahead and focus on that. That's fine. I want you to ask me any questions that you have. So this is where I really want to make sure that you've read those documents that are up in the top of this folder. And I want you to ask me if you have questions, if there are things you're nervous about, you want me to clarify anything, this is the place to do it. Ask me that question, type them out in an email. If you want to, if you've got a lot of questions, it can even be a bulleted list, no big deal. Okay, but send me your questions. And then I want you to sign your name at the end. Okay, and that's everything for day one. Hopefully this little overview has given you a little bit of a chance to know me, to hear my voice, to get some sense of my personality and some things that go on for me. I hope that it also has helped you to figure out kind of how this course is going to flow in terms of making sure that when you log in and you are checking our language arts course for the first time, you know, or for any point during the week, or for any other week for that matter, that you're really going to focus on this presentation that's embedded there, and that's what's going to give you those step-by-step directions. It's going to tell you where to go, and that you can know that everything in those folders will be numbered, and that I will have more directions there. Okay? All right. I can't wait to meet you guys, whether it is virtually or face-to-face. I can't wait to work with you and coach you and help you to become better writers. And I'm really looking forward to us all just growing and learning together. We're just going to heap tons of grace on this year, and we're going to just go with the flow, and we're going to figure it out together, and just know that I really want to be in communication with you, and that I don't take anything that we do here lightly. I know that it's important work, but I also know that you have a lot going on, and so I just want to stay in communication so that we can be supportive of each other and that we can do quality things for each other. All right, guys. Take care until the next time. Bye.